there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow, all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Zero to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Great Indian Points and Miles Show, live from Mercure Hyderabad KCP. Why are we in Hyderabad? We've got Miles Ahead happening today, and Miles Ahead starts this afternoon at 2 p.m. तो हमने कहा उसके पहले हमारा एक बहुत अच्छा दोस्त है यहाँ पे, उसको पकड़ते हैं, उसको रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि यार आओ कभी ग्रेट इंडियन पॉइंट्स एंड माइल्स शो पे, and then he graciously agreed. So we thought why not do this? My name is Aadil, like you know, and so glad you all could join us. Whether you're tuning in from home, sneaking in a quick watch between work calls, yeah, some of you unfortunately work on Saturdays, but ठीक है, कोई नहीं, किसी और दिन छुट्टी ले लेना. Whether you're at the gym or catching this from your favorite lounge, आपका स्वागत है आज के कार्यक्रम में. Today's live stream is special because we're coming to you, like we said, from the heart of maybe Nilufar Cafes, Hyderabad, surrounded by Accor signature lavender and silver vibe, and we've got a stellar lineup. First up, I've got my partners in points, Dhimant and Ameya, two of the sharpest minds in the India points and miles circuit, always thoughtful, occasionally competitive, and forever hunting that next great redemption. Swagat hai Ameya and Dhimant.
Hey, thanks, Aadil. Thanks a ton, man. Like, it feels so nice to be in Hyderabad doing this live stream, and amazing property that I'm doing from right now. I'm sitting in one of the rooms of the hotel, and believe it or not, Aman is sitting.
ये बोलो, हाँ.
हाँ, मतलब मैं थोड़ा सा. Yeah, correct. Good to be here, Aadil.
अमेया, क्या हाल है? हैदराबाद में क्या प्लान है?
Man, I'm in for a short trip today, but yeah, looking forward to Miles Ahead, and it's great. I mean, all of us are pretty much in neighboring rooms over here, but couldn't take it together. But yeah, great to join, and I think Aman, again, thank you a lot for all your hospitality.
It's all my pleasure.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, let's welcome Aman. Aman is one of those names that instantly rings a bell if you've been around the hospitality or travel scene, or if you've been an active in the guard space on X. Yes, you know who you are. He's been with the Accor group for over 11 plus years, launching new properties, reimagining existing ones, and shaping guest experiences that blend warmth with world-class efficiency. Aman's seen it all, from pre-openings to full house weekends, and continues to make Mercure a favorite amongst business travelers, leisure guests, and loyalty enthusiasts alike. Aman, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for hosting us at Mercure Hyderabad KCP. Thank you for the amazing welcome you gave me and Sanya yesterday when we check in. We had a blast conversing with you and hanging out with you. And then आज सुबह हमारे experts पधारे, Dhimant and Ameya. Again, thank you for your warm welcome. We're super excited to be hosting Miles Ahead with you today.
Thank you, Aadil. Thank you, Dhimant, and thank you, Ameya, for having me on the show. It's really truly a pleasure to meet you all in person. We've been speaking for quite long, but again, I mean, it was, and I'm sorry, Aadil, yesterday I think I stole you from your wife for an hour right at your arrival. Could not, I think ma'am must have got bored, and I'm really sorry for that. But yeah, I just got carried away with our conversations about miles, points, travel, and whatnot. So yeah, but it's great to have you here. Looking forward.
Absolute pleasure, sir. It was good hanging out. We've known each other on Twitter for years. but finally we
Yeah.
got a chance to interact in person. So I'm glad we got a chance to do that. I see there's a lot of people who've tuned in already. So Ishwar has a fun comment that he's commented saying that he cancelled his lunch plan just to watch Aman, which is very, very cool. Gaurav is saying that go ahead and try Nilofer and some good biryani. Gaurav, ये बताओ सबसे अच्छी बिरयानी कहाँ मिलती है? Paradise बोलोगे तो मार खाओगे, ये मत बोलना. Just give me a good name that I haven't tried. I'll tell you what I like. I like Shagos. I also like Shadab. These are two that I really, really love in Hyderabad. But if there are, I'm sure there are new ones. I'm sure there are ones in pockets that we haven't been to. I think they'll be great if we can hear.
I think
Gaurav is saying,
there's one called
sorry.
Hillstar. I'm sorry to cut you off, but there's one called Hillstar which I've heard a lot about.
Oh, lovely. Bookmarking
Yeah.
तो
that right now. We
ये
will
ये
try
बताओ
and
अमन ये बताओ कि आप कितने टाइम से हैदराबाद में आए हो, कितनी बिरयानी ट्राई की आपने? हाउ मेनी डिफरेंट बिरयानीज हैव यू ट्राइड टिल नाउ? आई मीन फ्रॉम
To be
गोवा टू
honest,
हैदराबाद, हाउ हैज बीन द जर्नी?
food wise, amazing. 360-degree. I'm not saying Goa is bad, but of course, the variety that Hyderabad has to offer, the authenticity, the taste, it's incomparable. You can't compare it with Goa. So it's been food wise amazing. But yes, I'm yet to explore it. I've not explored it as much as I should have. Time constraints, but yeah, we'll do that. But it's been really, on the positive side, really good.
I'm going to add one fun fact here, Adil. Like you, I'm also in touch with Aman only on Twitter, right? So one random day we started speaking to each other, and we talk about random things a lot of times. But आज मैं पहली बार अमन से मिला, and it suddenly struck me how tall he is. Like मेरे को realize ही नहीं हुआ था जब तक मैं उससे मिला नहीं तभी, right? So it's great meeting you, Aman, and thank you so much for hosting us, because the moment we decided to do Hyderabad, the first choice was, KCP Mercure for us because you are here. And then we thought about the property, ki property kaisa hai, kya hai, but we knew that you would be here to host us. So we wanted to make sure that the event is happening here. So thank you so much.
the other
And I'm
thing that
grateful
Deepak you
that you
should
guys
add
showed
is
us.
the other thing that Dhimant you need to add is not only is Aman very, very tall, he's ridiculously fit. So your biryani question is moot to him. Because to keep himself the way he is, I doubt if he's had any biryani at all. I know he enjoys food. I know he enjoys hospitality. But yeah, Aman is tall. He is supremely fit. Yesterday he's showing me the gym. मैंने कहा आपको क्या जरूरत है? मेरे को जरूरत है ये मैं समझ गया. लेकिन आप look at yourself. You're so amazingly maintained.
No, I think you're just being you're trying to make me feel good, but I think you should have seen me 5 years back. I was not even I'm healthier now. I was much fitter back then. So now I don't call myself fit anymore.
Cool. So Keshav is saying, आ जाओ हैदराबाद में धमाल मचाएंगे. Indeed, आज यही प्लान है यार. केशव धमाल ही मचाएंगे आज, बहुत मजे करेंगे, and then we'll see what else we can do. Gaurav is saying that would have loved to travel all the way to Financial District from Banjara Hills. Mercure, अरे आ जाएंगे हम, कहीं पर भी आ जाएंगे यार. आप जगह बताओ खाने के लिए. मतलब हम फ्लाइट लेके कहीं पहुंच जाते हैं सिर्फ एक चीज ट्राई करने के लिए, तो हैदराबाद तो क्या है, मतलब आराम से पहुंच जाएंगे. So with that, guys, we'll get started. If you have any questions, all 400 of you who've joined live right now, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube, put in a comment on YouTube or put in a reply on Twitter, and we'll be able to flash them on screen and have that conversation with you. Today's session is all about you. We want to interact with you all and have fun today. It's a Hyderabadi special. And in the meantime, to get us started, what I'm going to do is get us started on the theme of our topic, which is twofold. The first part is we want to discuss LTF cards. I'm going to ask each speaker on screen for what their favorite LTF card is. And when they've done so, I would love to hear from all of you who've tuned into the show what your favorite LTF card is as well. So if you can put that in the comments along with your reason, I think let's give Dhimant, Aman, and Ameya some competition. Or uske baad, we will get into segment 2 where we would love, I have a lot of questions I'd love to ask Aman because he's been rocking the hospitality sector for years now. And if you've got questions for Aman as well, put them in the comments. We will mark them and we will ask Aman in section 2 so that we can have a good interaction session between y'all and Aman. Cool. So uske saath shuru kare. Let's get started with the first one. The first section is one lifetime card that you would love to have. तो लाते हैं आदरणीय धीमन जी को on screen. Dhiman, if you were to recommend one LTF card specifically from your wallet, what reason would that be, and which one would it be? Go for it.
Awesome, awesome. So, I don't hold too many LTF cards as such, Adil, but one of the things that has struck me over the last few years is that there are certain cards which are very good for certain categories, right? And there are those cards which, kind of, it's hard to kind of give up those cards. So for me, I think one of those cards is basically in the food, grocery, and dining out space, which is Swiggy One. And I'll tell you why I'm talking about it, because generally it's not an LTF card, but right now it's being given as an LTF card, right? So the reason I strongly feel for this card is two reasons, right? One, there is very little cognitive load, like I keep saying, right? आप 15,000 खर्च करो, आपको 1,500 rupees you will get back as cashback. Earlier it was Swiggy money, now it is pure play statement credits, right? So it just becomes easy for customers to understand the value proposition, right? I'm using it for grocery, Instamart. I'm using it for dining out, which I do a lot, and I'm also using it for food ordering inside, right? So practically, it's almost like my go-to card. Every week I use it couple of times. Right now, a few months back, I was forced to close the card because of HDFC's policies, and I had to get another card, the Marriott Bonvoy, and they forcefully made me close the Swiggy One card. I was supremely pissed for that, right? So finally, I was able to reach out to somebody in Swiggy who manually had to kind of go to HDFC and tell them that, this is why the card should not be closed because it's a co-branded card. And they had to kind of make this happen. So again, it's now available with me, and I've started using it again. So this is another card. This is one of the cards which I feel from the food category. If you are a foodie or if you are somebody who buys a lot of groceries, I would strongly recommend this card, right? So that's my pick for today's session, at least, Adil. And I don't know how many of you guys use it, by the way. If there are people in the audience who use it, let us know. Like, I love the card, especially the design of the card and the way it's kind of built.
All right, let's take a question for you, Dhimant. The question is from Gaurav, and Gaurav is saying he's got this question. If he gets a co-branded HDFC card, would it not become difficult to get a core card from HDFC? He's heard this multiple times.
Yes.
There's somebody on my door. I'm going to be back in a second, but please continue
Sure.
the conversation.
Sure. So, Gaurav, I've also heard this a lot of this chatter on multiple social media platforms. Here is what I know, and I'm sharing it with you as much as I understand this well. There is no such rule that if you get a co-branded card first, you are not eligible for a core card, or it's difficult to get a core card. The problem is that when you reach out to the wrong person in HDFC, they would typically use that language, right? That, okay, this is why you're not getting the card. So by rules of HDFC, you are eligible to get a core card at any point of time, right? So I'm actually very, very clear, right? So it doesn't reduce your chances of getting a core card. So which means that, let's take an example. You got your first card as Swiggy HDFC card. You are not going to be rejected a Regalia Gold because you have a Swiggy card. You could be rejected for some other reason, but that doesn't make you ineligible, right? So, which means that if you are stuck in that situation, the right thing to do is, like we always say, go to a good HDFC brand, talk to the CC guy. He will manually kind of make it happen. But yes, you are right in one sense that if you have a core card, the online eligibility in the net banking doesn't appear very easily for a core card for some reason. It's a tech problem more than the problem of an issuance policy.
Even what about upgrades? Will they allow you to upgrade from a non-core card to a core card?
No, they won't allow. It will always
So
be
I
an
think
add-on
that is
card.
the
They
other.
will, it is not an upgrade. So Swiggy One cannot be upgraded to a Marriott card, or Swiggy One cannot be upgraded to a Regalia Gold card.
All right, there are a lot of good follow-up questions that we need to take, people that have come from the live stream. So let's go ahead and take those comments. Okay, so we'll take here. So I don't know about this. I'd love to get some insights from the three of you. Have you all tried this? Kalpit says another use case of the Swiggy card is to buy physical gold and you get 10% cashback. Is that true?
I think
I
he's
actually
talking
did this
about.
last year.
Go ahead, sorry.
There you go.
But
Tell us
the idea
about
is that And again, I think Dhimant, you might be more updated on this, but at least come last year, I think during Akshaya Tritiya time, they had an offer in which they would, I mean, they're selling gold on Swiggy Instamart basically, and you could pay for it using Swiggy money. So yeah, if they are still having gold on sale and if they're allowing you to pay with Swiggy money, the idea is that you load up Swiggy money vouchers using your card and then yeah, pay using that Swiggy money. I got some gold last time, I remember.
Yeah, but I'm just going to kind of clarify the impending question about the Swiggy card, right? So, because I've kind of also worked for Flipkart, I can tell you with confidence that HDFC doesn't give any cashback or any instant discount on gold as a category. The only reason why probably it's working today is you're probably getting Instamart as the category and not that breakup, right? So, Kalpit, as far as I know, this won't continue for long. Right now, I think the category is pretty small on Swiggy and Instamart, so maybe it will keep giving you that cashback for some time. But I wouldn't say कि इस reason के लिए card ले लो. I mean, that's something I just want to clarify for everybody.
Awesome, awesome. Let's come to a couple more comments. Avinash is saying that his proud LTF are Infinia Metal and Magnus Burgundy. Well played, Avinash. You know, some cricketers say, boys played well. I think you played really, really well. Very, very smart to get this when this was offered. Congratulations. We'll take more questions, but I wanted to kind of digress. You know, I have a weakness for food. So let's take Ajit's comment. Ajit went ahead and said that three of you pick your own flavors of hot chocolate and Manam chocolate. Thank me later. So, yeah, Ajit, I love Manam chocolates. I order from them all the time. Yesterday, the first thing that I did when I came to Hyderabad was visit Manam. I'm going to show you what I got. Check this out. You should try this flavor next time you go there. It's called chai biscuit flavor from Manam chocolate. Really, really good. You actually get the flavor of masala chai when you have this chocolate, and it's craft chocolate, which is really, really good. So this is one of my recommendations. You try this. The second one, if you enjoy milk chocolate, they have a single origin one, which is milk chocolate. Again, very, very nice. If you like this one, the tablet number is 04. Check this out. And then you have another one. I got this for my son. He enjoys white chocolate. I don't quite enjoy it, but this is tablet number 10. My absolute favorite, though, is this one. And I would recommend all chocolate enthusiasts get this. This is the almond praline clusters. These are almonds with praline and chocolate, slightly dark, not very dark, lightly dark, but super, super, super yum. And then if you are someone who enjoys popcorn, they have something with popcorn and cashew nuts as well. So try that as well. You'll really, really, really enjoy it. So with that, this is a little bit of a yum yum that always happens on a show every now and then. So with
Adil,
that,
Adil. No. We're not going to let it end like that. Sorry, you can't just start and end the topic, right? So Adil, एक तो तुम हमारे लिए रुके भी नहीं. You just went ahead and went to like हम तो land भी नहीं किए थे, तुम जाके चले आए. But I'll tell you something controversial, right? Manan for me, I think is what I expected Smoo to be. Right, and they are not. I mean, Smoor had a great opportunity, honestly, right? But they didn't probably end up being in that space. I love Manam as well. And one of the things that I'll tell you is that if there was probably one chocolate brand in the country that I would choose today, besides probably Sabco, it would be probably Manam chocolates. Amazing, like really, really good.
Yeah, 200%. But I don't need to answer what you asked, Dhimant. Ishwar has answered it in the comments. He said, Aadil had Davangere, Benne Dosa at T2 AI Lounge yesterday and then had Manam chocolate for dessert. There you go. That is extremely well said. But you are right, Dhimant, right? I mean, Smoor had an amazing opportunity. But, for whatever reason, it failed to kind of take off, in our opinion. They don't really do justice to chocolate like Manam does. And I think like Manam could take it up a notch and maybe in a few years be the answer for what a Lind and Sprungly is, or what a Ghirardelli is in the US, or potentially what a Ladirak is when it comes to Swiss chocolates, right? If we play our cards right, Manam could pretty much be there. Ajit's replied back. What is Ajit saying? He's saying, I'm in Hyderabad next week and you have given me a bucket list. How kabhi Hyderabad mein, Ajit? There's lots to do here. Cool. We'll get back to more questions and we'll take a few more questions. But let's come to Ameya. Ameya, what's the one LTF card you would recommend and why?
Man, I mean, right now there's a few of them. There is Scapia, but as I don't hold the card, I'm not going to do justice talking about it. So I'll actually pivot and I'll talk about a couple of different ones. One is HSBC Platinum. Now, HSBC Platinum, why it's a nice LTF card is that if someone's sort of starting off, it is an LTF card that lets you, enter the miles game in some sense, right? You're able to convert your points into a large set of transfer partners that HSBC has. Now, transfer ratio is not great, but still you will get like, something like 1 air mile for every 150 kind of spend. And HSBC also has a bunch of festive offers that come in during end of the year. So I remember last year there was a nice offer due to which I was able to pick up a nice 10,000 rupees Amazon Pay voucher that worked out really well. So I think from an angle of if you are looking at a card to enter the miles game, and if you don't want to pay money for it and you want it passively, I think HSBC Platinum is one. The other one I will say is the Indocent Tiger. It was one of the few cards with the decent lounge access. I'm not a big fan otherwise. I myself don't hold it. I hold their other LTF Platinum Rupee, which have used a lot because of their JCB cashback offers. But I think aside from that, I think that's yet another option that could be good.
Ameya, there's a very important question for you from Raj. Raj is saying, how many LTF cards does Ameya actually have?
I have, as I said, the HSB, the Indocent Platinum Rupee I have. That is lifetime free. Magnus Burgundy, if it counts, is lifetime free. Do I have any others? My new Infinity is lifetime free. I
Dude,
had participated in the IPL offer and got it converted to LTF.
dude, by that logic, even Burgundy Private should be an LTF card. I think we should
हाँ हाँ
exclude this Magnus
So we should
Burgundy
exclude
and
these.
Burgundy.
हम
Yeah,
हम
these
लोग
cards are the.
नॉर्मल लोग की बात कर रहे हैं एचएनआईज और
I know. Like I
यूएचएनआईज
don't
क्या
think
ब्रेक कर रहे
Burgundy Private हमें मिलेगा.
मैग्नस बर्गंडी भी मतलब इस अमीरों का ही कार्ड है. लेट्स नॉट काइंड ऑफ डाइग्रेस टू मच.
हैं हम
Yeah, I
अल्ट्रा
mean, but
एचएनआईज की बात नहीं
granted.
कर रहे हैं उसका एक अलग लाइव स्ट्रीम करेंगे जहां धीमंत होस्ट करेगा और 4 वीवीआईपीज आएंगे वहां पे ये बात होगी cool. Just pulling your leg, Dhimant. Let's come back to more comments. There are lots more comments here. What is the best card for payment at L1 store? L1 store क्या होता है यार? Does anybody know? I'm not sure what an L1 store is. Gitanshi, if you can put it in the comments, we'll try and circle back to you in terms of what this is. But with that, let's come to Aman. Aman, yeah, what is your card stack? Let's understand that so that people get a sense of what cards you hold and why. अब उसके बाद बताओ आपका LTF scene क्या है?
Okay, so LTF, to be honest, I don't have even one card which is LTF. So I had, but I have closed all of them. They were just sitting in my desk, in my drawer, in my wallets, and I got fed up one day and I closed all of them because I was not using them anyways. So, and I am of a firm believer that any card that is the cards that are more rewarding are the ones that are either chargeable cards or HNI cards. They are the ones that give you more rewards, right? So I got rid of all my lifetime free cards. Currently, I hold Infinia from STFC and a Marriott Bonvoy. I hold Atlas, HSBC Travel One. I hold these are the ones that I use normally, and then all the other smaller cards like 5, 6 of them. Qatar Avios, this just for joining benefit, nothing else. Um, Platinum Travel from MX. I just hold only one card. Like I said, a lot of cards were just sitting there without any use, so I've closed all of them. When it comes to, I'm contemplating on taking a Scapia. Not yet made up my mind, but that's one card which I think may be an LTF card that I may hold. And I'm also of firm belief that one has to diversify their point strategy. So the idea of having these cards, which I have, is to have my points in different ecosystems, right? We've all seen what happened with Axis and how devaluations happen and how sudden they are at times. So I plan not to hold a lot of stack in one card issuing bank. So Scapia being a very different ecosystem, no transfer partners as such, but you can use your points for buses, trains, visas, and whatnot. Makes it very different than the other cards. So and plus other benefits like zero forex and um, I don't know. I think there's an airport privilege as well where you can get some cash back for
अमन
1,000 rupees something.
अमन अमन
Yeah,
दो चीज बताता हूँ आपको। एक तो आप जितनी बार आप गोवा जाते हो, राइट, एंड रिटर्न आते हो, लाइक एयरपोर्ट प्रिविलेज इज डेफिनेटली वन फीचर यू गोइंग टू एंजॉय अ लॉट।
yeah,
Second thing, I feel that you mentioned something very interesting, and I want to kind of talk about it a little bit because I keep on talking about this to Adil a lot, right? The way I look at the miles game is very different from how a lot of people look at it, right? I look at it saying कि अगर मेरे cost of my trip is 100%, how much can I totally save, right? तो आपके पास अगर दुनिया के सबसे बड़े बड़े कार्ड भी है, आप 70% सेव कर सकते हो, 80% सेव कर सकते हो बिकॉज यू टेकन केयर ऑफ फ्लाइट एंड होटल। बट वीजा का जो आपने पॉइंट बोला ये बहुत ही अमेजिंग है बिकॉज इन एनी कार्ड दैट यू होल्ड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू विल बी एबल टू एड ऑन दैट
yeah,
5-10K वॉट एवर यू स्पेंड ऑन वीजा एज एन एडिशनल सेविंग। लाइक दैट फॉर मी इज अ गेम चेंजर। इट लुक्स वेरी स्मॉल बट इट
yeah,
हेल्प्स यू रिड्यूस योर ट्रिप कॉस्ट बजट by at least 10% or 5% in my view, especially if you're going to those countries where visas are very expensive. So that's actually a great
yeah,
thought in my view.
yeah. And that's from that perspective I was saying. I mean, it's one card which gives you a lot of different options to redeem points, which other cards usually don't. And that's one of the reasons. And plus, it's zero. I mean, it's lifetime free, zero forex. So that's an add-on. I mean, no harm holding one. So that's one card I can. I mean, I'm planning to take.
I
आदिल आज ही
got
सुबह सुबह शॉपिंग करके आ रहा है, कल ही शाम को शॉपिंग करके आ रहा है। बताओ आदिल, तुम्हारा क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है इसके ऊपर?
Yeah, so I have never had a LTF card. मतलब Dhimant a couple of months back, 31st July, मेरे को डेट याद है, 31st July, धीमंत के साथ कुछ बात चल रही थी. We were driving back after recording a podcast और धीमंत बोलता है कि यार ये स्केपिया अच्छा है. मतलब क्यों लेना है? Like है ना, मतलब बर्गंडी है, इन्फिनिया है, क्यों लेना? मतलब why unnecessarily add a card? Then he broke down the airport benefit. तो फिर दिमाग suddenly चमका, holy shit, like this is real value. So, for example, yesterday when we were coming back, Sanya and me obviously first went and had a dosa in the lounge. And then Sanya always likes to buy, I think it's called a concealer, या कुछ तो बोलते हैं उसको, which is a Mac product. And those Mac burgers are expensive, okay, and they never give discount. So I was like, ठीक है, we have, I got her a card as well, and let's go and do some shopping. तो वहां जब गए, the cost of that concealer was 3,500. Here's the beautiful part. I swiped my Scapia for 1,000. I swiped her Scapia for 1,000. And then I swiped the 1,500 on Atlas. तो Atlas पे भी मिल जाएगा और Scapia पे दो. So it's practically like scoring more than a 50% discount on a Mac product, which is unheard of. And the ones that Sanya wants are never bloody on discount. And what I try and buy is something that's always on discount. So I think for the CC geek in me or the nerd in me, those are little joys that you get, right? कि चलो मैक का भी प्रोडक्ट 50% में मिल गया. और अब जब हैदराबाद से वापस जाएंगे, I don't know if they have a Mac showroom in the Hyderabad airport, but I'm sure she'll want to shop some apparel or something. So again, like 2,000 will be very well spent there. So a hack that I'd like to propose for the community is, if you're traveling as a couple and you've got two cards, merge them together and buy a single gift. तो 2,000 रुपए की एक चीज मिल जाएगी आपको दोनों कार्ड्स के साथ, which is why.
Optimization Pro Max.
मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूँ आदिल। मैं
अजी,
फाइनली आई वाज एबल टू गेट ताशी टू डू द VKYC फाइनली, एंड शी
she got a card.
did
Did
it.
she get a card?
Yeah, she got it finally, the Scapia. But I'll tell you one thing, Aman, ये सीक्रेट है, अगर आप ले रहे हो ना कार्ड, प्लीज हर बार गिफ्ट मत लेके जाना, बिकॉज अदरवाइज मेरी भी तो शक करना शुरू कर दी, बोला इतना गिफ्ट क्यों लेके आ रहा है आजकल तू भाई मेरे लिए हर बार, लाइक कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं है? बोला तो लाइक या इट्स अ ग्रेट यूज केस यार आदिल।
Cool, cool. We'll take a couple more comments. So Jatin is saying, no Dubai frames today. No Dubai frames today. I've changed my frames today. These are actually very cool frames by Voyage. And you know, somebody on our Discard community, which is the Great Indian Lounge, actually recommended to me. He said that Aadil, love your frames, but I think you should try these. I bought these and they're very cool. Aditya Rajesh is his name. So Aditya, if you're watching this stream, thank you for recommending these. बहुत अच्छे हैं, बहुत lightweight हैं, बहुत जबरदस्त हैं. I like them. They have three colors: black, orange, and white. I decided to get the black, but now I'm tempted to get the orange and the white ones as well, because initially I was circumspect कि quality कैसी रहेगी. It's an online D2C brand. मैंने कभी try नहीं किया है, but really, really, really good. I got my custom lenses also put, and they work really, really well. So thank you, Aman. There's a question for you, so let's try and take that comment. Marty is asking, Aman, should I pick HSBC Travel 1 if I already hold the Atlas?
So, Maruti, thanks for the question. And I think it's an important one because I also got stuck in this loop for a very long time. But afterwards, I decided to take one. However, I suggest it's not really that important to take HSBC Travel One if you have an Atlas. And why I would tell you, the only reason why it helped me was I was traveling abroad and it would have anyways given me, 4% reward on Forex, the Travel One I'm talking about, which even Atlas would have given. But otherwise, for offline spends and other spends, except for the Hopper portal, you would not get any major benefit out of Travel One. So if you're more of an offline spender, if you're using Atlas for offline spends, I think continue doing that. For Hopper, since the flight rates are expensive, usually I mean about 8 to 10% expensive is what I've observed. It may not make sense all the time to just for extra rewards to book through HSBC Travel One's reward portal. So that's my take on the the main use case of both these cards, travel bookings. I think it's better to do it through Atlas, but only in case you're going abroad. If you have an offer like I double dip this time with zero forex offer, which was going on for HSBC uh, cards, where I saved on forex as well as got 4%. So for that use case, and it's a like a what do you call it? It's a temporary and a momentary offer. May not be there all the time. There's no card waiver. I mean, it's very high, 12 lakhs or something is when they waive off the fees. So it's a difficult card to hold on to unless you have like huge spends or you're booking a lot for other people and you're okay to let go of a few extra bucks in the process. So yeah, that's my take. And other than that, it would give you same. If you're a heavy OTA user, I would still say go ahead with HSBC Travel One because on OTAs you get discounts as well as similar points as Access Atlas would give you. So depends on what really you use, how you exactly make your bookings.
Right, very well said. Very well said. Thank you, Aman. There's a comment from Ishwar. Ishwar is saying he's watching with his wife and she just hit him on the head saying, "Why are all CC gigs the same?" So, yaar, ये तो कहानी घर घर की कहानी हर घर की है. If you watched the fabulous lives of what did we call it? Fabulous lives of credit card wives. I think you discovered that all three of us, Dhimant, Ameya, and me, have very similar dynamic. And all of y'all also we've discovered as nerds in the house have a similar dynamic with their wives. So ये तो
Well,
काफी हद
I'll
तक
actually I'll jump in here and I'll tell you. I mean, what the story that I was telling you yesterday. I held on for a very long time because, of course, me and my wife we work in very two different locations right now. So when in my last travel to Dubai, when I was coming back from Dubai to India, I downloaded your episode. I had kept it for a long time, and I told my wife, "Let us watch this." Because I wanted to watch this with you, and I regretted it because the entire journey was very tough for me. Because she was like, "You're exactly the same. You do the same things. Don't explain to me properly." Like Dhiman's wife is saying, "I'm going through the same issue." And like I was just quiet throughout the journey, but at the same time, I understood that all of us are the same. We are going through the same phase. All of our wives also are going through the same problems. So but yeah, it's fun, and the good part is that over a period of time they understand. I think they start to understand. It's just the way we need to put it across is a little different. Like the month has found a way to get her to get Scapia now. It's a similar way.
धीमंत को मेहनत बहुत लगी है. It didn't happen like in 2 or 3 days. मेरे हिसाब से it took what at least 30 to 40 days, धीमंत.
Oh no, there were two phases to it. पहले तो ये कन्विंस करना कि तुम अप्लाई करो was a big challenge. उसके लिए finally I found the hack and I put it on Twitter also, right? I said कि इसमें free shopping मिलता है. बाकी कुछ नहीं बोला मैंने. And then she was like, okay, ये कार्ड चाहिए. उन्होंने कार्ड अप्लाई कर दिया. उसके 30 दिन बाद उसने
KYC.
VKYC किया. हाँ मतलब लिटरली सोचो आप उसको VKYC कराने में मेरे को सेकंड like it took me time. Finally, I think 45 days it took for her to get the card.
Man, look at the impact of this episode, right? So Tushar is a familiar face in the Great Indian Lounge community. He heard Ameya's recommendation on Indus Platinum. और भाई ने apply भी
अरे
कर दिया.
Oh, Platinum Rupee. Okay. Platinum Rupee is okay. I hope you got the Platinum Rupee. It's a decent Rupee card. I was talking about HSBC Platinum.
No, you spoke about Indecent also, no?
Platinum Rupee. That is the Rupee one that I
Rupee.
hold. Ha.
I think that's the one he applied, I guess.
There you go, man. This is like fastest fingers first. वो होता है ना कौन बनेगा करोड़पति के अंदर. So who's applying for cards first, which is crazy. Good stuff, Tushar. Cool. Let's come to another one. ये comment का तो मेरे को दिखाना ही है. Cognitive overload. How have we not used this word so far? ऋषभ का on demand request आया है, Mr. Dhimant.
He
नहीं,
has used
अभी
it once.
उल्टा. No, I used it once, but generally मैं अभी वो F word भी use नहीं करता हूँ. I wait for Aadil to say that word.
F word कौन सा word है भाई?
There's a word from F
Framework.
to K.
Framework. Starts with F and ends with K. The same word.
मेरा दिमाग कहीं और ही पहुंच गया था. But anyways.
मैं तो फायर ट्रक की सोच रहा था यार.
मैं भी वही सेम फायर ट्रक की बात कर रहा हूँ.
तो आदिल तुम रुको. Adil, you know that episode is coming out very soon. The episode in which you guys have used cognitive overload framework multiple times. Let's wait for that episode. A surprise for the community.
जब आएगा तब आएगा. देखो एडिटिंग तो मेरे ही हाथ में है. वो कभी भी निकल सकता है.
नहीं है तुम्हारे हाथ में वो तुम्हारे हाथ में नहीं है वो एडिटिंग. किसी और के हाथ में है वो.
Cool. Aman, आपके लिए एक follow up question है. And I don't know how you'll answer this, but just for fun, you can also refuse to answer this completely fine. But the nerd in me, just is curious. Ishwar is asking, when can we expect Accor to launch a co-branded card in the country?
इतने सारे
Okay,
कार्ड है.
so I don't know if Ishwar is in my Telegram group or not. It's a very small one, but long back, I mean, almost a year back is when there were discussions of it happening internally. But I think it's taken a backseat now because we wanted to see how Marriott co-branded card is performing and what are its pros and cons and all of that. So there's a lot of research going on. This decision is not taken by our leadership in India. It's a much bigger decision taken by an overseas office. So may happen, but not soon. May happen, but not maybe not till next mid of next year at least. Don't ask me any more questions. I don't know because of that. I don't know much more than this. But I was discussing this, so I know this is in the works. Just that, not sure about the timeline.
Cool. Let's come to more
I'm looking
questions.
forward to it as well, by the way.
I like but तुम्हारा ईश्वर तुमको चाहिए क्यों बताओ ना. तुम्हारे पास मैग्नस बर्गंडी है, तुम्हारे पास एचडीएफसी रिगालिया है. तुमको क्यों एचडीएफसी का इन्फिनिया है तुम्हारे पास. क्यों चाहिए तुमको अकॉर कॉर्पोरेट कार्ड. बताओ अभी तुम.
यार देखो अकॉर ने जो चाहत या फैन लव स्प्रेड किया है, अगर अकॉर का कार्ड आएगा तो मैं भी अप्लाई करूंगा. वो कुछ भी हो जाए, क्योंकि वी ऑलवेज नीड अकॉर पॉइंट्स.
Agreed.
Unlike those who are in the earn and burn scheme and understand the value of earn and burn, you will always be in short supply of Accor points, because there are so many properties, especially across APAC and Europe, that are on your potential wish list, on your dream list, कि यार ये किसी दिन करना है, इसकी ख्वाहिश है, इसकी तमन्ना है, तो वो तो करना ही चाहिए. Which is why I feel like Accor, whenever that card comes, if and when it comes, I think will be in great demand, because you can never have an endless supply of Accor points. That's my thought process. Cool. तो एक काम करते हैं, we'll ask, I have a few questions I'd love to ask Aman in section 2, और उसके बाद we'll continue the cards conversation and we'll keep those questions. I have at least 10 to 15 questions that I've bookmarked that I'd love for people to I'd love for us to answer people's questions. But उसके पहले थोड़े questions पूछते हैं Aman को on his background, so that we can get a little bit of hospitality flavor as well. Aman, you've been part of Accor's story for a little over a decade now. Tell us what has been your journey like? If you can take like a minute and a half each to answer 3 questions I have for you, that would be great. The first question is, tell us what your journey has been like, and tell us what makes Mercure Hyderabad a cool property amongst Accor's collection. Aman, you there?
Think he froze.
Yeah, I think his camera is stuck, I think.
Okay, we'll wait for him to rejoin. रुकावट क्या बोलते हैं? रुकावट के लिए
खेद है.
हाँ, we will come back. Aman is back. Aman, are you back now? It's still frozen. Maybe it's still frozen. Okay, we'll wait for him to circle back. In the meanwhile, let's try and answer. He's back. He's just joined. Looks like. Let's see. Aman, are you
I'm
back? Can you
sorry.
hear us?
Yeah. There was some network issue.
Cool, cool. No problem. So I will remove your other profile and you're back now. So I was saying, Aman, you've been with Accor for a little more than a decade. Tell us what your journey is like in a quick minute, and what makes Mercure Hyderabad KCP a special property in Accor's collection.
Sure. So I'll start with my maybe education and background maybe, and then I know it's not an interview, but I think it's important for you to know where I come from. So my dad was an army officer, so I did my college from an Army Institute of Hotel Management, which is in Bangalore, like I was telling you yesterday. Adil. A lot of my passion to to socialize and to look after people, to help people, comes from my background because my family is like that. They've given me those values, I think, and plus in the Indian Army, I think there's a lot of parties that keep happening every now and then, right? In a week, at least 3 times, there's some or the other party happening. And I'll give you a fun example of what used to happen when I was a kid. Uh, every single uncle or auntie who's walking into the party, I need to wish them, right? Good evening, uncle. Good evening, auntie, and all of that. So it became so inbuilt. And if I've been seen not wishing anybody, I will get those looks from my parents, right? So those manners and everything came in from that time, and I decided I think it's a very easy one for me to join the industry and do something good because that was my passion as well. So I did my college in Bangalore for 4 years. Joined Ibis and Novotel in Bangalore, Outer Ring Road, as a management trainee. Worked there for 7 years. Became an FOM, front office manager in that hotel itself. Then moved on to Swiss Hotel in Calcutta. Worked there for a year. Then moved to Novotel Chandni Styles in Goa for 1 year as GM. About 13 years from the time I joined till now. And I love the value system of the company. Unlike a lot of other companies, hotel companies, which not many of you would know, the value system has remained pretty much the same throughout. I mean, throughout these 1 decade, 1.5 decade that I worked with them. So there's no change in how the company operates, unnecessary pressure. It's you can call it an MX of hotel world, right? That kind of a company. So I think that helped me, stick along with the company because the vision was very clear. Everybody talks about the vision of the company. Yes, the growth may not be as high as Marriott in India. They've gone to 150 odd hotels, but they entered India also before Accor. But it's going at a steady pace. So there are a lot of things about Accor which I cannot cover in this video, but yeah, I mean, those are the things that why I'm still with this company and have no plans to change anytime soon. So yeah, that's a bit about my background. About Mercure Hyderabad, I think it's a beautiful hotel. It's almost 9 or 10 years old hotel. Pretty much a landmark now in Banjara Hills. Everybody knows this hotel. Everybody is local. Very close to Taj Deccan and Taj Krishna, walking distance. We've got a beautiful rooftop bar, which we are in the works of getting it renovated a little bit, so it looks more beautiful than it already does. And one of the very few spots in the city from where you can see all the major landmarks like the Secretariat, Hussain Sagar Lake, and the statue, the Taj Banjara old building, and all of that. So yeah, I'm proud to be associated with this hotel because a lot to learn here. My first GM stint as well. The team is very cooperative, and so are my other stakeholders who are involved with me in running this hotel. Um, yeah, I mean, anybody else wants to know anything about the hotel, please feel free to reach out.
There's a follow-up question. There's a follow-up question, Aman. Aman, the follow-up question is
Yeah.
from Keshav. Keshav is like, which is your favorite Accor property in India?
Uh, I would say, I mean, I have not, and I don't know, you would laugh at me. I've not been to Sofitel Mumbai till date. I've not been to Fairmont Jaipur. I've not been to Fairmont Udaipur. I've not been to Raffles Udaipur. So all the good properties, I've been to none of them, right? So I can only talk about the Novotels and the Mercures and maybe the Pullman. So out of all of them, as a product and as a brand, of course, Pullman. But other than that, what I personally believe, and it's good that you brought this up, my way of looking at how good a property is very different. I don't really look at only the product. What matters to me is mostly the service, how warm the people are. I don't know if it's got to do anything, I mean, anything to do with me being a hotelier or not, but that's how I'd look at things. And in the hotel, you would not see me exploring the entire hotel roaming across. You would see me either inside my room relaxing or in the executive lounge sipping a drink or chit chatting with my wife. That's my idea of a holiday when I go to a hotel. Other than that, it's usually business trips where you don't get to explore the hotel much. So you don't have an answer from me. I'm sorry, but I mean Pullman, because that's the only premium hotel apart from Swiss Hotel, which used to be there before, which I used to work for. I would say Pullman because I've not been to the other ones. I've only heard good things about Raffles Udaipur. So you can say that is my in my bucket list. Other than that, Pullman.
Raffles Udaipur is absolutely fantastic. Like I've been there, it is epic. It is really, really good. We love Pullman as well. I mean, when we go for miles ahead, Dhimant, Ameya, and me, we have two recommendations in Delhi. We either stay at your Novotel, which is in the city center, or we
Yeah,
stay
very
at
good.
Pullman. And last time we stayed at Pullman. We've got a couple of trips coming up again where we're lined up to stay there. Chennai stayed at Pullman. Again, the Chennai Pullman is beautiful. It is very tastefully done. And the food is totally large jawab there. There's also ESD who just confirmed, right? He's saying that he stayed at Pullman, Chennai recently. Amazing property, lovely hospitality from the staff. He's going back. And I know people in Chennai love it too. Like there are lots of people from Chennai who go there for staycations. The food is just outstanding. They have ironically, North Indian restaurant on the top floor in Chennai. And that restaurant serves amazingly good North Indian food. So really, really nice. There's another comment from Dhruv, and it's amazing. This community never ceases to surprise me. Just look at the depth of people's knowledge and the way they ask these questions. Dhruv is saying, was Mercure chosen due to its close proximity to the Emirates Airlines office? How awesome is that? So most people will know that the Emirates office is close to Taj Deccan. And it's right here along the road. So समझने वाले को इशारा काफी है ध्रुव. इसके आगे हम कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, but we will always have special love for Emirates. Cool. With that, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's take a few more comments and questions. Ameya, perhaps you can take this one. There's one from Traveler Genex. What's your take on the best RuPay network card to earn transfer air miles today, and your take on HSBC Platinum RuPay?
Yeah, I think with respect to variety of partners, the HSBC Platinum Rupee is the one to go for. Right. So in general, and I think just breaking down, and I'll get into a few technicalities here. At the end of the day, the reason why credit card companies are able to function well is because they take a MDR from your merchants. Like every time you tap a card on a Visa or a MasterCard, you're going to be paying like a 3% charge. You do it on an Amex, it might be even more than that, which is why a lot of merchants will say nothing for Amex. Now, RuPay, as far as I understand, for small transactions, they do not take too much. For big transactions, they do. And, as a result of which, what we see is the other side of things in which your RuPay cards are not going to be very rewarding. So, in general, I'd say don't expect great, huge rewards on RuPay. Having said that, for a miles card, I think Platinum Rupee is the relatively decent one. I mean, you get whatever, I think less than 1% kind of a reward rate, 0.75 ish. But you are able to redeem it for a wide variety of transfer partners. So if you're looking at it to supplement any transactions you're doing, I think that is great. The RuPay card that I use has been, as I've called out, the Indusint Platinum RuPay, and that's just because my spends are very low, so I mostly don't care. And I was able to use that JCB offer. I'll never stop talking about that.
Awesome. Dhimant, maybe you can take this next one from Chirag. And this question, also applies to me. Remember, I called you yesterday and we were having a conversation in the morning yesterday. It's a similar question, right? Chirag's going to get the EPM soon. Does it make sense for him to get the HSBC Premier, especially now that the offer is super attractive, right? With the joining bonus and all of that stuff. Break it down for us and tell us, like, if people, let's say somebody already has an EPM, let's say somebody already has an Infinia, does it make sense for them to try and invest in a HSBC Premier?
If you don't have the Magnus Burgundy, I think you should definitely get the Premier over an EPM, purely because of the variety of transfer partners, the ratios, the joining bonus now, and the options that are there on the table. I think also I think I've been using HSBC Premier for a while now. The tech is very stable. It's limited tech. I mean, you don't get all the features on the app, but whatever works very nicely. Also, the points come on time. You're able to transfer it to Accor right away. It's immediate transfer. I love immediate transfer platforms, right? So that's another big advantage of HSBC Premier. Again, see, like I always say, till the time the Miles partners are live for EPM, they are not live. Like, let's not take premium cards only in anticipation, right? So my answer would be yes. Now, second persona, Adil, would be people who have the Magnus Burgundy, like you, for example, and is not a short of Accor points. Like, let's bring that question to the forefront, right? Adil's call yesterday was, next year I see myself needing more Accor points. What are my options on the table? And the three options that we spoke about was, one, obviously, get the HSBC Premier. एक तो 40,000 worth तो joining benefit है. Second is 1:1 transfer ratio hai, and it's live, it's working, and there is no limit, right? Which means that if you hit a random big spend next year, for all you know, you're just going to get 3% flat back on Accor, which is by default 6 rupees, right? So in my head, I think it's an absolute yes at this point of time. Plus, it's not a big deal to have a salary account moved there, because like it's 3 lakh is decent, I feel, for that card.
I will actually say that if you're able to get that card without putting down any additional money or investments, by all means, just get that card. Like, I
Get it?
think
Yeah,
it
I agree.
is
I agree.
really worth
And
it.
it's a beautiful card. Beautiful card.
Cool. Let's go to more questions. There is one very interesting. Actually, there are two which are similar. I think we should take them. Where are they? Let's come to. There are lots of comments here, so I'm just trying to find the right one. Give me a second.
I think ये sorry, ये ओमकार का comment मैं देख रहा हूँ on the screen right now. Like, I just want to clarify this, right? HSBC app is limited functionality, but whatever works, it works well for me. At least I haven't seen it buggy, right? Unlike some other apps where it bugs a lot. I mean, the limited features are there, but it works for me at least. That's at least my point of view.
Premier customer care is also so really nice. Like,
Yeah,
it's chat only. You
exactly.
don't call them mostly,
Yes.
and it just works.
Cool. So there are two questions that I think we should take. Both are relatively similar. One is Keshav's asking, I wanted to get a Biz Black but only qualify for a Biz Power. Should I just get the Regalia Gold instead? That's number one. Number two is right here, which is a very similar question. I have a question. I recently got upgraded to Millennia from BizGrow, already hold Swiggy and Tata New, plus with 1.4 lakh shared limit. What should be my next plan and path towards Infinia? Dhimant, you want to take a stab at these questions? One for Ishwar and the second one for Keshav. One is a Biz Black. How do you secure an upgrade from a Biz Power to a Biz Black? And the second one is, how does he upgrade from Millennia to BizGrow to Infinia?
No, so I'll answer that question where he said that should I get the Regalia Gold instead? I don't think it will work, because if you are not looking for a card for tax purposes, then rather get the Regalia Gold. It's a multi-purpose card, all-rounder card. It's a better card any day than a Biz Power, right? But if you are, or BizGrow, right? But if you are that person जिसको tax ही भरना है, then I think you have to get into the Biz series of cards. Also, the criteria is not well defined because these set of cards are very new. But my guess is that it will work the same way a Regalia Gold to DCB to Infinia works, which means that there will be a spend time that they will see a spend criteria, and after that you'll get upgraded automatically. So that's my answer. I think if you want to enter the space where you see yourself paying a lot of taxes over the next 2-3 years, GST, those excluded categories, start getting whichever BIS card you get. That would be my recommendation. if you don't qualify for the biz black.
Cool, cool. Ispe, I think like I have, thanks to the Great Indian Lounge on Discord, there's an amazing guy called Sid, and Sid recommended an approach where salaried people can potentially score the Biz Black. I tried that route. It's been 50 plus days, and I think I'm almost close to securing my Biz Black. Now, I've got a message from the bank that it's got dispatched yesterday. Hopefully, I'll receive it by tomorrow or on Monday. अगर वो आ जाता है, I will share the recipe on how we exactly scored this Biz Black card for a salaried person like me on the Great Indian Lounge. But I never like to share it until the card is actually in my hands, because you never know till it reaches. So, aane do, jab aayega, we will share it with you in the Great Indian Lounge on Discord, and then we'll bring it to the rest of the world as well. Cool. Let's take more questions. Uh, one this is here. Ameya, why don't we take this one? What's the best way to get a premium card eventually as LTF? Is there a process or trick to it?
No, it's about how well you can negotiate and convince your bank, to be honest, or look out for offers. I don't think there is anything, there's no one way. The answer is it depends. And to be honest, I think it's not something that I've cared about too much. So I think with respect to the only card that I've been able to convert to LTF is the Tata New Infinity. And that is only because I was able to do the IPL offer. Magnus Burgundy, there was again an offer if that counts. But that is that. Dhimant, I think you might be able to answer this one better though.
No, I think first of all, I think the funny part is that a lot of times the LTF cards that are there, premium cards, sometimes you don't get the joining benefits and the renewal benefits if you take it as LTF. So I'm actually not a very big fan of. So there was a period of time when Atlas was being given LTF, I rejected it because वो renewal benefit पे risk था, right? So always think and research before you take any premium card as LTF whether they're going to give you the benefits, not give. It may be better paying the fees for all you know.
Cool, cool. Aman, let's come to you. Like, there is a relevant question here or a relevant comment here that immediately made me think of you. So, the Lone Rider says, after getting HSBC Premier myself, told my wife to immediately apply for Travel One. Hotel ke saath flight bhi free chahiye. Now, I know that your better half is in a different location. Both of you also enjoy traveling. What's your stack? Like, how do you balance your cards versus cards for your wife? And how do you blend both together so that you can make the best of both worlds?
I think it's stuck again.
Aman, you there? Yeah, I think
So, see,
No,
with Atlas, we both hold one each. So it's like a no nonsense card, right? Like, hear me?
yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
One second. Can you hear me?
Aman, go ahead.
Yeah, you can. Okay. So you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So no, that's more of a nonsense, no nonsense card. I think, which works for both of us. Both of us work with hotels. Sometimes we have staff parties and all of us claim it. So that's one of the reasons. So Access Atlas being one card which both of us hold, apart from that, she just to make her just to make her enter the STF ecosystem. It's a of the year. So we finished 1 mile plus. When it comes to Regalia Gold, it's mostly a pure nonsense card.
I think we've got internet issues at Aman's place. What we'll try and do is we'll try and bring this to a close. It's about time. It's 1 o'clock. Thank you everyone for joining in today. All 1,200 of you who came in live. Big thanks, Dhimant and Ameya, for joining us. Your car tips are relatable as ever. Huge thanks to Aman for being such a wonderful co-host and guest. And of course, big thank you to everyone for coming in. We love how this community keeps growing with each stream. But before you go, if you haven't already, come hang out with us on Discord at the Great Indian Lounge if you can. It will be super helpful if you can join. It's a place where the conversation never ends, and the redemption travel hacks, and you can learn on where you can go and try and do your next big redemption potentially. So with that, this is Aman, Dhimant, Ameya, and Aadil signing off on behalf of the Great Indian Points and Miles Show.
Thanks, folks.
Lights flashing bright, we're on the go. Tune in now, there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow. All aboard the Great Indian Points and Miles Show. Zero to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the Great Indian Points and Miles Show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go.